I came across a video that explains very simple, very straightforward what active listening is. And it is so simple that it gives me time to add a couple of things, so make sure you stay tuned until the end.
Active listening, the act of fully hearing.
I always like this. I like the sound of this video already. Active listening. In the past, I always used the phrase, it's called, you need to be online to be an active listener. Later on, I will explain where online stands for, and it's not what you think, of course.
Hearing and comprehending the meaning of what someone else is saying. Avoid getting distracted by your own thoughts.
The simplicity of this video is fantastic, but it is so true. Give it a thought. You are asking questions, you get answers. But what happens before you know, your brain is occupied with the question, what will be my next question? And if you're thinking about what will be my next question, you cannot pay attention to the people sitting in front of you anymore. I like the simplicity of this video so much.
Focus on the speaker and topic instead.
This is brilliant, right? Two of those figures, I like this. I like always when it's simple.
Try not to interrupt the other person.
Don't interrupt people.
Let them finish and then respond.
Yes, let me finish next time. You know who I'm talking to? Before we continue, I have to explain you a very simple concept, extremely hard to put into practice. What we call is that you have some sort of defense mechanism, and your defense mechanism protects you for the BS bingo, as I always say it, and that's a good thing. So if somebody's pushing information towards you, you're protected by your own defense mechanism. But that's what a lot of people do. They push information. So if you interrupt, if you start explaining, if you give reasons or arguments, you constantly are pushing. And pushing does not work. Now, what I find so interesting about this video, they also talk about pull techniques that we use a lot. Of course, the most simple pull technique is the open-ended question, but they also use a summary, and they also use a label, they also use giving support. We always say that you can give support on 3 levels. You can give support by saying, It's a little bit non-verbal. You could also say, oh wow, that's interesting. And it helps you, you will see in the video in a minute because they explain it as well, that if you do that, you basically create change for asking more questions. Watch the video, it's nice, really.
Door openers. These are phrases that show you're interested and keep the other person talking.
That's what I mean by giving support. You have a very special one. So you could say, And we also have I always call it the swallowed yes. Yes, yes. It's a bit awkward because I can't do it, but I have a colleague who can do that magnificently. Reward the other person that they're giving answers to the questions that you've raised. I really like the simplicity of this video. It's so awesome.
Show that you're listening with body language. If appropriate, take notes during important conversations.
I find that interesting because a lot of people these days don't take notes anymore. And I was thinking when I'm having a conversation with somebody who doesn't take any notes, how do you remember? If you are in a Teams call, it could be the case that you have some AI working for you that makes the notes, but that's not really how it works. Because if you write things down, you remember it way better.
Paraphrase what others have said to make sure you're both on the same page.
You can do that, that's summarizing. And what I especially love is the A-specific summary. You don't just summarize the whole meeting. You listen and somebody explains to you something very complicated. Then you come up with some sort of a conclusion. That's my easiest way to explain to you very quickly what an A-specific summary is.
Thanks for listening.
That's it. It's brilliant. I told you already. Online. Make sure you have a pen and a paper in front of you so you can make notes. Write it down. Online. You have to ask open-ended questions. They're where the O stands for. Never stop asking. Language of the body. The L. You make sure you have eye contact, because if I would be talking like this to you on the video, you're probably thinking, hey, hi, I'm sitting over here. Eye contact, and I call it iris contact because otherwise you can't use online anymore. The N stands for notes. You have to make notes. I already mentioned it before in this video. In the video itself, they also spoke about it. You have to make notes. And then the last part, the E. E is the most important one. What do you think it stands for? Right, it stands for, ta-da, empathy. You have to show empathy. If you show empathy, half the work is already done. So, let me summarize it very quickly. Open-ended questions. Never stop asking. Language of the body, in other words, body language, very important. Iris contact, make notes, and the E from empathy. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. See you in the next video.